Hello and welcome. This is Unattended or Concrete Halls or it said No Reality. It is a discontinued mod pack. Uh, there's a weird buzzing in my ear and I don't know what that sound is or why it's there, but I'm gonna try for a little bit with the shaders and we'll see how it goes. Hello, little bunnies. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into, but it's probably going to be interesting. And there's immediately a cherry forest, so hell yeah. Anyway, since it's discontinued, if things are broken, that's probably why. Or it could just be my computer, something's broken. I don't know. I probably should have re-looked over, like, what this mod pack was before I loaded it up. Why are you sitting on my phone, you silly goose? So there's a chance it could be a horror mod pack. There's a chance it could just be a survival one. There's a chance it could be a gardening one. I really don't remember. And I think that's going to make it more interesting because I'm going into this with the mindset that it's a horror mod pack. It probably is. It possibly isn't. But I'm going to be scared of absolutely everything. Because that's just everything's going to try and kill me. That's what I'm assuming. I did put on microphone, but I don't think it's gonna matter. This is single player, but I figured, fuck it, why not? It's not like it's gonna hurt anything. Also, it's very, very stormy outside, and it was very hot in the house, so the doors are open. Well, not stormy, it's just very windy. So don't be too surprised if you hear a lot of dog barking, because they're mad at the wind. Or if you hear like the wind pounding against the window behind me. We're gonna go up there. I'm not seeing like any animals. I saw those rabbits, but I'm not really seeing anything else. Or maybe I'm just blind. That looked like a creeper. I was confuzzled. These shaders do look very, very pretty. My computer does not like them though. That is an interesting hole. What is that? Was that something? Okay. That was something. There's barking. The dog is barking somewhere. I think. It's so quiet. This is the downside to me assuming it's a freaking horror mod. What the hell is that? I swear I'm hearing something. Yeah, that's definitely a dog. Definitely a dog. Hopefully that's all it is. Did not mean to do that. Bare basics. Get some coal. That is kind of loud in my ears. That was a zombie. And there goes the door. Okay. 8. Yeah, that'll be enough. Because then we can do... Beautiful. I should actually... Let's get 2 more. Might as well use the wooden pickaxe for right now. And we're gonna make an axe.
Scary crowds out there. Scary wind.
Mm-hmm. Nope. There we go. Oh, the flower can stay there. This one can go over here. Alrighty. There's birch. I'm guessing the cherries are just further up. Unless I somehow got turned around, but that would be impressive. Really stupid. This looks so freaking weird. Because unless it's... Oh, there it is. Okay. I like getting the saplings of every tree I can. Just in case we decide to use birch later. Or I guess I decide to use birch later. Can I please have a sapling? That'd be thoroughly appreciated. Okay. Alright, there we go. Sapling. And we can get some of the... Oh, there's a pig. Hi. And sheep. Those are kind of important. Hi, buddies. Sorry. What is that? It sounds kind of like skeleton, like bones rattling, but it also sounds like really, really musical. What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna assume I got that. Oak, cherry. Let's make some torches. Ooh. It does have dynamic lighting. That is very, very good. Ooh. Screw going up. What are you? That's a giant pit. fuck is this? We're just gonna. Hello? I have an axe. What the fuck? That's what that noise is. Are you? Can I break it? Maybe. Let's try with this. Okay, that doesn't feel like I'm breaking it. There's also something over there. I did get 3 wool. Let's do this. We're just gonna quickly make a bed, because I have no idea what the hell that is. And it feels cursed. So we're gonna sleep real quick, save our spawn point, and oh, oh, I got hurt. The lobby. Whoa. Ow. No. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. No, 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 no. That's Can I break it? No, I cannot. What is this? Rotten flesh. Great. Almond water. More rotten flesh. Can I break these? What are you? You are a backpack. What kind of setup for a backpack is this? Okay, I'm just gonna collect all the backpacks I come across, because if I have them collected, I can guarantee that the ones I come across, I didn't check. Okay. More almond water. Almond water doesn't stack. Oh. I swear I keep hearing whispering. Can I break these? No. More rotten flesh. I don't know why I want rotten flesh, but I have it now. And another almond water. Okay, we're gonna leave it as that.
Hey.
I have 4 almond water, so I'm just gonna call that good. Oh boy. I have no idea what I'm getting into. This isn't a good idea. Stairs. Okay. Why are you... Hello? Oh. Was it good or bad? Ooh, living good. I'm dying. I think I died. Oh, no, I didn't. Lurking danger. Can I break you? Crate. We'll get the rotten flesh out. Can I break... Yes. Ooh, these look cool. Shelf. Can I put something on the shelf? No, but it looks cool, so I'm gonna take some of these. Just a few of them, because why not? More almond water. What happens if I... Okay. I find it interesting that it's specifically empty almond water bottle. We're gonna... I don't know if there's anything in here. So we're just gonna quickly... Can I cook the backpacks? No, I can... Can I cook the crate? No, I cannot. Okay. We'll do this then. And we'll just cook that. Break you as well. Move you over. I don't like the buzzing. That's very, very annoying. I cannot break that. Alright. Good to know. I just wanted to make a bit more charcoal. Can I break the floor? No, I cannot. Okay. I cannot even touch that. I can break this. Pallet. Okay, good to know. I have some pallets. I have some shelves. I have another thing of almond water. And some raw beef. We're just gonna walk around with my axe out. Hello? If you are there, please do not answer. Can I break these? No, it does not look like it. Ooh. Just tiny room. Okay. Can't break that either. Another tiny room. Another almond water. I regret my life choices. I should not have gone on to the glitchy floor. That was not good at all. This is a different type of door. Okay. That literally led to the direction I was heading anyway. Okay, then. Um... What is the rumbly? I heard something go rumble. Okay, I was scared for a moment that was just gonna be a small room. What the frick? That was concerning. I didn't hit shift and I crouched.
What?
Oh. Those footsteps sounded different. What the frick? I might just be going crazy. What in the world is going on? I swear I'm hearing shit. Hello? Dogs. This is not the time to bark. Oh, no. Okay. Dude, I don't even know which way I'm going at this point. Will the buzzing please stop? What the fuck? Did anyone else just get the... What was that? Okay, I swear I saw something. Did anyone else just get the feeling that I went in a circle? Because I might have gone in a circle.
Kind of scary, but it's all gonna win.
Just windy for a little bit. That... Okay, it keeps feeling like I'm going in a circle.
Hey.
Nope. Okay. That is a dead end? No? Oh! Oh! Pipe dream. Where am I? Do I... Ooh. Oh, fuck this shit. No. No. Can't break, can't break, can't break. Great. We're gonna... Not the saplings, the coal. Throw that in there. Eat some actual food. Okay, that looks like a dead end. So I guess we're gonna go that way. I do not like this at all. We're just gonna go yoink and we're just gonna run. Oh, there's little doors randomly. That's great. I really do not like this. It's just long too. Oh god, there's definitely something. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope. No, thank you. Please stay away. Either somehow I got steam in my eyes or something slapped me, something keeps slapping me. Can't get that. Okay. Maintenance tunnels. Oh. Whoa. Oh, great. Can't break the paper. Oh, Lord. Oh, this would have been. This is worse than a monster, because I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's just a jail cell. What the fuck? Great. I can break this. It's lockers! Ooh. Mine now. Really? I can break it with my hand, but not my axe. What the hell? I want like 10 of them. Oh, this one's open. I'm mostly trying to distract myself with the decorative shit, because I don't know what else to do. Can I break the table? Yeah, I can break the table. Great. Ah, there's a cat in my face. Okay, thank you. I don't know why you did that, but thanks. You're a delight. We're just gonna go roughly this way and hope we don't reach a dead end. This seems a lot more linear, or maybe I'm just crazy. Probably the crazy option. If I break the table with the paper on it, can I get the... No, I cannot. So the paper is now just floating. For eternity. Oh, that's a dead end. Okay. And another dead end. Alrighty. And another dead end. I can't go through there. I don't even know how I got here. I really don't. I fell into a glitchy floor. I ran into a wall. I walked into a door and then I walked into a different door. Lockers are so tall. They take up 2. I love that. Okay. I love that. That's delightful. I don't appreciate the noises. The noisy noises are being noisy. And I don't like it. Sounds like something is crying at me. Shouldn't stand in the hallway when I'm looking both ways to see if there's something there. That's traditionally not the way you want to do it. You don't want to go stand in the middle of the road and be like, "Hey, is there any cars?" Okay. Well, I definitely wasn't here. Probably wasn't there. Okay. No. Okay. This is looking a little different. Nope. Maybe. We can't even tell. It all looks so similar. This one is the one I'm really feeling like I'm going in circles. Like the first one, I didn't feel like I was really going in circles, mostly because I was going in the same direction. This one, everything's kind of really closed off. So it just feels like I'm going in a loop over and over and over again. Because even if I'm going in a different direction, since everything looks the frickin' same, it's so weird I didn't have that feeling when it was the first level. I think it was either level 1 or level 0 is the yellow walls of the back rooms. Okay, okay. Apparently going through the crevices is my friend because it makes things look a little less similar. Steal some more lockers. Cause why not? Shh, dogs. I'm running. These. Shh. No. I keep saying hello as if I want something to answer. I do not. I definitely do not. Please, if there is a something and I say hello, do not fucking answer. That's with ghosts. Like, I have a bunch of weird ghost stories, and 80% of it boils down to if I don't know you're there, I kind of don't want you to suddenly say hi because you're gonna startle me. Like, I'm gonna jump if, like, I don't know there's someone there and they just say hi. I don't care if it's a person or a ghost, I'm gonna frickin' be scared. I'm gonna jump. So I'm like, where the hell did you come from? I actually have a wonky story. I keep walking into dead ends. I'm really gonna start just taking all of the lockers because I keep feeling like I end up in the same damn place. I can't go through there. Okay. I don't think maze logic will ever apply to the back rooms. Up, keep your hand on one side or stick to going the same direction. That's not gonna frickin' work if everything's a weird infinite loop. At least I know it's not like the labyrinth and it's not gonna move and change on me. Ow. Anyway, I have a weird, goofy ghost story. This one, I blame my mom for it being so stuck in my head, because I'm pretty sure I'm just stuck in this area. How the frick did I get in here? I don't even know. Because I can't go there. This room is just a dead end. Where did I come from? Here. Okay. Let's go here. Where did I come from? Through here, maybe. Nope, that's just a dead end. Here. What? Okay. Oh, I'm gonna be in here forever. Anyway, I should just tell my ghost story. I brought it up like 3 times, might as well tell it. So, when I was like, I want to say 13 ish, thereabouts, we lived in like the downstairs basement area of like a friend. The basically downstairs apartment, essentially. And the basic layout, to kind of describe this, was you went around the side of the house and you would go downstairs, and that was basically our front door. And then once you enter, there's decent sized living room. Oh my god. I'm pretty sure I've been in this. I'm breaking the frickin' tables. I have frickin' been here before. I swear I have. I'm breaking everything because I'm going in a loop. I know I'm going in a loop. And then if I don't end up going in a loop, I'm gonna freak out because I don't know where the hell I am. This is not good. So once you go in the living room, if you turned to the right, there was. We didn't have like an actual door to the kitchen, but there was like the opening to the kitchen, which was actually really small. Only like 3 people could fit in there at once. It was freaking tiny as hell. And then if you go to the right again, once again, no opening, no door, just opening. And that would lead you to the hallway. Straight to the right was a door that would lead to what was my parents' room. Then down the hallway at the far end was younger siblings' room. And right before their room, going to the right again, was bathroom. Then through younger siblings' room, this one isn't important for the story, you would have the stairs leading up and the laundry room. So in the kitchen, even though no one could really fit in there, so we didn't like have meals or anything in there. It was just kind of where we cooked everything, and that was about it. Then everyone would kind of go to their own rooms to eat. Anyway, in the kitchen, for some reason, we had a tiny, like, foldable table that could fit four and then 2 chairs added. So one side of it was against the wall, one side was facing the cabinets, one side was facing the doorway to the hallway, and the other side was facing the doorway to the living room. So the 2 chairs had its back facing, was one having its back facing towards the hallway, the other had it facing towards the living room. So if you were sitting in those 2 chairs, your back was basically to everywhere else in the house. My mom was sitting on the one towards the living room. I was sitting basically one side of me against the wall, and the other side uh, towards the rest of the kitchen. So I was kind of, if someone were standing next to me, I would be backed into a corner. Basically, that's what I'm describing. And it was like 3, 4 in the morning. My mom was drunk off her ass. She was reminiscing, uh, going over like her old friends, and a lot of people she knew had like passed away, so she was kind of in not the best headspace of going over all of the people she's kind of lost. And I was just sitting there listening to her ramble about all these stories of people that most of them I hadn't really gotten the chance to know before they passed away. And as she's talking, my dad had come out from his room, walked up beside me, and was like, "Hey, you really need to go to bed, like you have school in the morning." And then he went back to bed. First, I had thought it was him again when I started hearing footsteps, but then I realized it was coming from a younger sibling's room, Brandy's room. And I hear clear, distinct footsteps of someone walking like up from down the hallway, all the way down the hallway. And I can hear them walking up behind me, but there's no one there. Ooh, another almond water. I have a lot of these almond waters, and I have 41 freaking lockers. Cutting everything down is making me feel less confused, because since I keep finding furniture, that means I am definitely moving forward. And, um, because this weird, whatever the hell it was, is standing next to me, I could literally feel like something standing there. It wasn't just footsteps, like I felt it walk. What the fuck was that? Me telling ghost stories is not good for this. Or maybe it is. But I actually felt like someone standing right next to me, and because to kind of explain this, there was like it was basically like this, except no door. So chair was right here, table right here, and then or probably better like this of like table here, there was a small bit of wall behind me, one wall to my side, and I felt someone standing right there. And of course I'm like, what the hell's going on? And so I tell my mom, I'm like, I just heard footsteps. There's someone standing here. There's something standing here. And of course, in her inebriated state, my mom, also reminiscing on people who have passed away, said, "Oh, it's fine. Don't worry. It's just grandma. It's just grandma saying hello." And that didn't fucking help. That was I'm just now sitting there with whatever the hell this thing is, ghost or whatever. Even if it's like, hey, it was 3 a.m., you want to argue, I'm just like sleep deprived or something. 13-year-old me is just sitting there in my own kitchen, listening to my mom say that whatever I'm feeling is the ghost of my grandmother just standing next to me. Because reasons. And what makes this whole thing worse is I could actually see, uh, like, both of my grandparents were cremated, and their urns were, like, up on the shelf in the living room, so I could actually look over in the rough direction, in literally the same direction of where this thing is standing, and because I can't see it, I can just feel it there. Look through whatever the supposed thing is and see the urns of my grandparents, whom my mom was telling me this weird whatever the hell was. Let's just say, uh, I have never forgotten, and I will never forget that because what the fuck? My mom is actually at the source of a lot of my ghost stories, and I kind of blame her for a lot of the weird occurrences I have, like I have had sadly, she has passed away. She's like going on 3 years now. That's a whole nother mess of chaos. But half of my ghost stories involve her. Actually, the one I think is the scariest, in my opinion, because she doesn't even remember it. So I'm not even sure if this even actually happened or if it was a crazy fucking dream. Because she didn't remember it at all. So I'm still not certain. It's not like I could ask her again, but every time I had asked her previously, she claimed to have no memory of it. So I'm not even sure if this next one is like actual ghost story or just really weird ass dream. It could be either. No matter what, it's weird and creepy as hell, especially since I was like 6 at the time. I was at least younger than 8 years old because there is an 8 year gap between me and my younger sibling. Actually, let's explain that real quick. That might help with context. So, the gaps in age between me and all of my siblings, there's four of us in total. And it goes Kathy, who's the oldest, then like a year and a half is Mary, and then an 8 year gap, and there's me, and another 8-ish year gap between me and the youngest. So there is an over 16-year gap between the youngest sibling and the oldest sibling. To give you an idea of the wonkiness of our family. Anyway, I'm gonna start breaking things again because I feel like I'm stuck in another loop. My axe is almost broken. My axe is almost broken and I've only used it on like one tree. Okay. So this was before the youngest was born, so I was at least younger than 8 years old. So let's go with 7 at the most. And we had gone out camping. We have a camper over by uh, Ames Monument, like by Vidavoo. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, the Google exists. But we have an old camper out there. We haven't been up in years. But that's a whole nother bit of chaos. And the basic layout is you walk in, on one side you have a kitchen that can fold down into a bedroom for the night. Then there's a little hallway with one side has like a seat and a fold out bunk bed, and the other side has shelf space and a fold down bunk bed. Then at the far end is the bathroom. So, I, for some reason, decided I didn't want to sleep on any of the beds, and so I just threw a crap ton, like every spare blanket, every blanket my parents weren't using, I threw it on the ground and I laid on it all. And I'm like, this is my bed. So I was curled up in this pile of blankets, and my parents had folded down the kitchen, were sleeping there on like a blow up bed. And middle of the night, I don't have any idea of what time it could have been. But middle of the night, I wake up and all of the lights in the camper are flickering. I'm of course like half awake, half asleep. I have no idea what's going on. And I just see my mom sitting on the edge of the bed. She wasn't staring at me, but in my rough direction of just sitting on the edge of the bed and happened to be looking roughly my way because that was the only way she could really sit on the edge of the bed. And she's just murmuring all this stuff about Trace is here. Trace is saying hello. And of course, like any ghost story, Trace was dead. He was a family friend that I didn't really get to meet. He passed away when I was really, really little. And so the only. Huh?
Going to get Brandy.
Yes.
Scary outside.
Okay.
If you hear scary, scary,
Mm-hmm.
run into Mary's car. The big truck.
Okay.
Scary, scary, like tornado siren, stuff like that.
So if I hear sirens, be careful.
Yes.
Would the truck be more safe than the house?
I would think the truck would be more safe.
Okay then.
It's heavier. Wind is not going to get underneath.
It is also lower to the ground.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm definitely just going in loops because all of this is empty. Okay. So then how did I get here? I'm gonna use the wooden pickaxe. Might as well finish this off. Oh yeah, so only context I had for what my mom was saying was that she was talking about someone who I knew was dead. That was it. I think I have like a single memory of Trace before he died, because he passed when I was like 4-ish years old. And I don't even know what this was. It was like, it's just this very, very clear, weird ass memory that is in my head. But I'm like 5-ish years old. I'm bouncing on a trampoline, and I can't recognize anyone else. Everything else is like blurred except for this one person standing in the distance. They give me a slight smile, and then that's it. That's literally just the whole memory. No context to why I remember it. No idea what it was. Possibly birthday party. I don't freaking know. But just clear as hell, me bouncing on a trampoline, and then this guy just smiling at me, like gives me a slight nod, and that's it. No fucking clue. Okay, so I wasn't here. I have over a stack of lockers. What the hell am I even gonna do with these lockers? We have to build a school or something if I make another video on this. I have no idea how long I want to make this video because it feels like it's gonna go on forever. Because where the hell am I? Why is my hand glowing? Has it been glowing this whole time? I guess I haven't noticed because I've always had something in my hand. Please let me out of here. That doesn't feel like it's any faster, so using the wooden one doesn't even do anything, really. Go here. That's definitely someplace I have been. This is a place I have been. This is a place I've definitely been. So, wait, how did I get stuck? And better yet, how the fuck do I get out? Please let me free. Help. I'm lost and alone and I'm cold. This one is kind of pointless because this just goes in a loop. This I've I've been through here. I've been through here. Everything's empty. So I have to go over by this guy. That is. That feels like it's different. That felt weird. Why does that one seem different? Have I just been blind and not noticed these? Okay, this is definitely a different area, at least. I can guarantee that. Because I'm fairly confident I've never. Hmm? It does not help that so much of this stuff, like, there's only like 5 different types of rooms. This is starting to look a bit janky. It's been a while since I. Woo! Different! Success! Abandoned office. Oh no. Oh no. Um, that took a bit longer than it should have. I left that place with 75 lockers. I do not like that fucking noise. Oh my lord. Can I break you? Shh. 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 Oh. Break that. This is already open. That has nothing. Can I door? No. Okay. Shh. Go down. Looks different. Can I break you? Just empty filing cabinets. Hello? Please do not answer. I'm a chicken. Bakak. Can I break these tables? I can break the tables. Can I break this? I cannot break the water cooler. Okay. don't like the whispering of the damned that keeps echoing in my fucking ears. That is not appreciated. Hello? I just want to be not here. I can't break the lights either. Ooh, can I take the computer? I can't do anything with the computer. Okay, good to know. Hello? Housekeeping. I quit. Could you let me out now? You don't even need to give me my last check. The memories will last a lifetime. That's how trauma works. This way. Holy cow. I don't even know for sure if you'll be able to hear what I'm hearing, but it literally just sounds like something is screeching in the far distance. The good thing is it's not getting any louder. The bad thing is it's not getting any quieter. Just there. Well, that's fine we go. If I felt like it mattered, I'd probably use some sort of logic of which way I'm going. But I don't think it does. At least this one's a bit easier to tell if I've been in that direction or not. With how often there are, like, doors. Yeah, if like 80% of the doors are closed, I probably wasn't there. Every once in a while, there's like a single door open. Hello? Your neighbors complained about the screeching. I would appreciate you stopped. I really do not like this level. This and the frickin' pipes. Like the basic level, that one's unnerving sometimes. Like if I'm wandering through for more than like 5 minutes, yeah, that's gonna be unnerving. That's gonna be concerning. The biggest reason I didn't like the the previous one was just because I got so freaking lost. I kept going in circles, and then I couldn't tell if I was going in circles or I wasn't going in circles. Like that I definitely went in a circle. This one's a fair bit easier to tell if you've gone in circles or not. Mostly because doors. technically been down here. Okay, just a little room with a computer that I can't break. Click on it either. There's just a lot of these small rooms all of a sudden. Okay. Good to know. I don't know why this one. I don't know what it is. This one I really, really do not like it. I would appreciate leaving. Please. Please let me get the hell out of here. I really do not like you. Oh, this is reminding me of when I worked as a sweeper. If you don't know, a sweeper is essentially an assistant to the janitor. So when I was like 16, I was a student sweeper. Clean up the school, make it look purty, pick up all the pencils, all that. It was a pretty big school, but schools that are like schools in general, when there's no one there, are so fucking eerie. Okay, this made it look like there was something down here. I did not like that. I did not like that. It's just so freaking unnerving. Because it feels like there should be something here. And it's even weirder because I know there isn't. I'm confident there isn't, but also part of me is like, is there? Is this gonna be the level where there's gonna be something? I'm gonna turn around and there's just gonna be a dabber. You know what? I'm taking one from Markiplier. The butt stabber's just gonna be freaking behind me. He's gonna be like, yo. I'm like, I don't even know what this mod pack has in it. I don't know if the back rooms are the only thing. Hell, I don't know how many levels there are. I don't know if I'll ever make it back to the surface. I don't even know if I'm not on the surface. Hell, I could be in the atmosphere. This could be secretly another planet. I don't know. I really don't like it. Mm-mm. Schools, office buildings, and just the frickin' pipes. The pipes are mostly just because it's claustrophobic. It's just so tight, and there's only so many like ways you can go. Like you can only really go forward or backwards in the pipes, aside from occasional doors, and most of those were probably dead ends. With this, it literally feels like I go on and on forever. Which is cool, but also very, very chilling. Because we're going this way. I keep accidentally hitting shift. A few times I haven't done that and it made me shift, and I don't know why. Or maybe I did, and I'm just an idiot. Which is a fair option. Can I just like... Nope. Okay. What's worse is because I have no, like, idea what I'm looking for, I could pass it 8 times over. And I would have no idea. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it's this. No, it isn't that. Shh. Shh. Go down. The dogs are agitated by someone walking past the door. I'm just going and going and going and going. Weird. It's a really bizarre kind of fear that liminal spaces give you. Because it's just overall, this feeling is like, hey, there's something wrong. But like, it's two different sides of the scale. It's either it's a mix of so massive and so tiny all at once. Because like the pipe rooms, I don't remember what they were actually called. Like those. Those were just so linear that if something came up behind you or anything, there was no place you were going. You weren't going anywhere because you couldn't go anywhere. This is a different fear because everything is so nonsensical and big that there's no way for you to not get lost. Or doors that are open on their own. Shh! Go down. If you're gonna bark, you can't be on the beat. It's mostly because they're just so loud. If you've not had a dog that is barking right next to your ear, I thoroughly do not recommend it. They're adorable. They can be adorable. They can be so freaking. I'm just slowly losing my mind as I run through this, and I don't know why this is so eerie. This is the most eerie yet, and I don't freaking know why. I think it's the whatever, like the hallway. This feels fine. What the fuck? It's the big rooms I'm having an issue with. I don't know why I don't like it. Well, I know why I don't like it. This is so freaking creepy. But I don't know why this one specifically. Like, this one is extra weird because I can just go on and on and on in the same. We're going this way. That looks okay. Well, we're going this way anyway. What? I can open them? I like that. I like that. I can open the drawers. That that is cool. That is cool. I like that. Can I like turn these on? Nope. Can I do anything with you? Oh, this is how I would get refill of almond water. What? Let's drink by the. I wonder almond water is so important in the bathrooms. More of, well, I know why it's important. It helps you with your sanity and such, but I wonder why almond water specifically, like why that became the thing that everyone's like, "Yep, that's what it is, bro. That's the top bitch." I need to look into more of the backrooms. Whenever I watch MK, I think it's MK. I don't know. But whenever I watch any like Reddit stories and stuff like that, I keep ending up waking up like I'll fall asleep to Reddit stories every once in a while. I will wake up to this like 10-hour long video of like 1,000 levels of the back rooms. Okay, so I'm just getting a shit ton of almond water. I think I'm gonna be good for a while. Like this one is so long, you can go straight for so long. I don't even have room to keep picking up the frickin' almond water. Okay, that may have just not given me anything. I wish it would tell me or like show me before I pick up something from those. Because then I'm not sure if I actually picked something up or if I didn't. Oh, that one I got beef. I wonder what I'm gonna do with the almond water once I leave. If I leave. This is gonna turn into like a 5-hour video of me just running in circles and rambling on. And just progressively losing my mind. And you know what? This video is probably coming out tomorrow instead of today. I'm gonna have to record something else because I already uploaded a video today and I don't want to upload like this 2-hour long whatever the hell. Ooh. I still don't know why this one specifically is so freaking eerie. I'm the most baffled about why out of all of the ones we've come to, all of the weird floors we've visited, and with how long I've been running through here, why is this one? My brain is like, there's something wrong here. I think it's just memories from when I was working at the school. Maybe, or maybe something else. I don't freaking know. I don't have a way to know. Because brain logic don't make sense all the time. Okay, I'm getting a lot of beef. Might as well use the almond water since I have it. I do wish the bottles would stack, or at least the empty bottles would stack. That would be nice. I'm about to fall asleep to running through the back. Actually, that's the funny thing is there are some YouTubers I cannot fall asleep to. Like I cannot fall asleep to Markiplier because I have the weirdest hash dreams when I fall asleep to watching his videos. And like over the last few years, there are 3 videos that I always wake up to, no matter what, and it's always at a very specific part in the video. And it's Donut County. I always wake up to him being um right in the middle of talking with BK and going, Mira, no, or something like that. Where BK is like complaining about his quadcopter. Like, how could you, Mira? I always wake up to that part. The untitled Goose Game at the very beginning where he's singing. I always wake up right at that part as soon as it starts. And Choochel. Those 3. Just every single time I fall asleep to his videos over the last, since he's made them, I always wake up to them. And I always have the weirdest dreams. Like, how long ago was it? It was like 2, 3 years ago. My dreams are weird. Like, I do not have ordinary dreams. I either have, like, no dreams, or they're bizarre as hell and my brain does not forget them. Like, I don't know what people are talking about. Nightmares, I don't really have nightmares. They're just weird as hell. Like, there's this one from when I was, like, 6 years old. I kind of remember because it was around the time we were learning about dinosaurs in, like, first or second grade. And it was this bizarre dream of just a massive ass storm had hit, and my parents are like, hey, we need to go. There's danger. So we're like, okay, we hop into the car and we go driving. Everything is super gray. Everything is super dark. It's like pouring. There's sirens going off. But we don't drive to any normal building. We drive to a building that's kind of like one of the weird Greek, the like weird Greek architecture designs where it's the giant pillars and the roof, whatever those are called. I cannot remember what they. Shh. Go down, go down, and hush. There's like wires in there. That but it's just this wide open area with pillars and a single like flat roof. That's all it is. Sorry, it was readjusting. So, and there's not really people in it. There's a bunch of just shadowy figures with glowing eyes. Just 100 of them standing in this weird place. And suddenly, like, after we're there for a few moments, I decide, you know what? I want to go dig a hole. And so I go out into the storm and this rain. That is so much almond water. There's so much almond water. Honestly, you know what? Can I, like. No. I have so much almond water, I can just throw it out. Like, it's ridiculous. Um, but I decide just randomly to go out digging. So I take this super tiny pail and little plastic shovel that you would like take to the beach. And I head out into the dark, like pouring rain, thunderstorming, icky yucky, as all these sirens and everything is going out, and just all of these weird shadowy figures with glowing eyes are staring at me. And I start digging. Suddenly, the ground like gives out from beneath my feet, and I find myself falling, and I fall into this massive cavern with a huge long-necked dinosaur that just slowly, like, this thing is massive. I can't even describe how massive it freaking is. And it slowly just, like, bends its neck, turns, and faces me, and just looks at me with these bright, glowing eyes. And that dream has been stuck in my head for, well, almost 20 years. I'm almost 25 years old. Has made it this far. Comment something below. I don't care what you comment. Comment pickles if you have made it this far into my rambling. I appreciate anyone who watches my stuff. Like, any view is really interesting to see. I've been having a blast looking at all of the statistics of my videos just because it's interesting. Like, there's a lot of people who actually watch my videos from, like, Iran, which is really not Iran, Iraq. I think they're different. I'm confident they're different, but also I have not looked at a map in too long. Anyway, it's so interesting. Even though I'm not like super popular or anything like that, I don't even have 100 subscribers. Dogs! Pandora! Stop it! Just spilled my drink all over me. No. Give me a moment. They were barking at a cat across the street. Alrighty. How have I not found the frickin' doorway? If I have, like, passed the doorway, I both will be agitated at myself and not surprised. Pandora! It's just a cat! It's just a cat! Baby! I do not need this much almond water. Especially on this level. Okay. Of course. Because why wouldn't it be more fucking almond water? What the hell? I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just losing my mind. I'm just rambling. How do I get out of here? Please. I would like to be able to get out. Please. 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 Please let me get out. There's actually this really, really cool YouTuber. Garfield, actually. He does kind of like roleplay series. It's less of a playthrough and more of just like a story. But he did a series on like 100 days in the backroom, so it's not like an actual 100 days. It's just an interesting story. Can I just please, 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 please let me escape, please? That is so freaking eerie. Okay. he hasn't uploaded in like forever though, which makes sense. He does stuff that takes like a long ass time to actually do. I kind of want to do like a roleplay series. The problem is I don't really know people. And at the same time, I can't find. I want to do. If you've seen my like Dr. R roleplay, I want to do like a sci-fi mixed with fantasy type story, but I haven't been able to find anything that matches what I want. So I kind of want a mostly basic Minecraft. But I want mods that essentially, how do I word right? I don't want it to add obvious stuff that it's clear early on that um it's modded, if that makes any sense. I kind of want the storyline to be maybe a thing of over time I add more mods to reflect things changing in the world. That would be cool. But of course, actually doing that and figuring out exactly what I want and planning out the story, the planning out part is my biggest issue, is because I don't plan out shit. Like, 80% of my videos are just when I'm feeling like playing the game, I will record like 8 videos. Which is also why a lot of series kind of just trail off. It's just I haven't played that game in a while. And so I haven't recorded it because I haven't been like wanting to play that game. And most of it is because I don't even know what people who watch me kind of like. I have an idea. Like my most liked video is this one-off game. I cannot. It's called Swallow the Sea. It has, I think, 2,000-ish views, which is really fucking weird because my average view is like 2. And in the first week it was uploaded, it got to almost 1,000 views. I'm like, what the hell? Why are people watching this? And it was even funnier because my mic was so quiet that YouTube was like, this is under um no commentary. Which, it's a freaking delight. It's just so weird. And it's a fun game. Like, I enjoy it. I've played through it like 5 times. It's not like a super long game. But it's just, it's interesting. It's so freaking weird and it's so freaking interesting because why that one specifically? Out of all of the weird stuff, because I've uploaded a lot of weird games. I've played a lot of weird games. I've uploaded a lot of wonky videos, but why that one specifically? It just seems so kind of out of nowhere. And it's even weirder because like most of the views are actually like watched through the whole thing, which is rare. Dog, don't you dare. Give me one moment. The dog's being a brat. And also, she's barking at the front door when she should be barking at the back door. Well, not barking, more of she's going to the front door. You're not going out into the front yard. You're not. Give me a minute. Let me let the dog out. I have returned, and to kind of explain what happened was the dog was getting into something she shouldn't. And so I'm like, the outside, and then she wanted to go out to the front door because she wants to go chase the cat, which is not happening. She knows better. She's just a sassy butt. Alrighty. Can I please get out of here? Please? Oh, we're gonna go this way. Do you think if I got a flint and steel that I would be able to burn this place? A good thing to try. What's the difference between almond water and almond milk? I'm being genuine. Like, what is the difference? Because it looks white. It looks like almond milk. Because wouldn't they be the same? Because you would be blending up almonds and then mixing it with water, which is literally what almond milk is. That's also what like oat milk, that stuff is. And the only reason it's not called nut juice is because that would be highly inappropriate. Mostly because people are very dirty minded. And I can say that with confidence because I am one of those people. I get it from my mother. I can assure you I do, by the way. My mom was a very interesting cookie. Where the hell do I need to go? Like, actually. Just going and going and going and going and going. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm just I'm just going and going and going and going and going. Is it in a circle? Is it straightforward? Do I even know? Not a clue. Do I care? It's kind of not, because it feels like I'm going forward, so I'm gonna assume I am. Why do I smell dirt? This be a fitting. This would be a fitting. There's a few doors over here that are open. What the fuck was that? I have been surviving on nothing but almond water. Please. Please help. tell. If you've seen like the freaking doorway, I would not be surprised. This way. This is just how you lose your mind. You just go and you go and you go and you go and you go. The back you just lose your mind anyway because the freaking silence. Like even ignore all of the monsters and all of the weird shit that like drained your sanity and whatnot. You would lose your mind so freaking quickly in the back rooms. Because the brain is an impressive thing, but it's also very, very complicated. And humans, like even those who are introverted and whatnot, you do have to have some amount of social interaction or it like fucks with your brain and shit like that. Because you're inherently designed to be like part of a pack. That's in the far like core of your brain. That's the basic like animal parts is pack mindset. And then all the rest turns into chaos. But these okay. This door. Actually, so craziness. So, I said so like 5 times. I'm sorry. I am literally just losing my mind going through this. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just rambling to ramble, I guess, because it feels weird just being silent as I'm running around. But I don't have anything specific that I want to say. So we're just gonna. Zombies could hypothetically drive cars, depending on what parts of their brain were affected and influenced. It would be like a very, very weird, very bizarre thing. Crazies are home. But there's this crazy story of a guy who. To back up my weird thought pattern for this, amnesia and how the brain works. The brain is complicated as fuck. Like your brain is so fucking complicated. And even like small shifts and changes could affect sorts of things because it's so. And then we know a lot about this because back in the day we decided, hey, this weird organ thing that's in your head, we're gonna cut it up and hope for the best. That wasn't entirely the complete mindset, but that was the like end goal is we're gonna figure out how you work and how this brain works by kinda just chopping it up. Which then again, that's kind of how research works in general is sometimes you have to cut things up in order to figure out actually how they work. Anyway, amnesia, there are certain types of amnesia where even in extreme cases, if you've done something enough times, it will be so ingrained in your brain that even if you can't remember how you learned it or anything like that, you will still be able to do it. I ran into a wall because I was too busy talking. This was at your work?
No,
Where'd you get this?
I bought it.
Oh. Oh, you got a package? Ah,
I made those text the mail with me.
you got a rainbow. This thing is so fucking soft.
Not quite as big as the sit one, but I don't. It's small. Or there's another
All right. Let me finish what I'm doing and then I'll come attack you. More of let me finish my weird rant about potential zombies. Anyway, so amnesia, if you do something enough times, even if you can't even remember how you learned it or anything like that, some actions are so ingrained into your brain, such as signing your name. If you sign your name every day, it's the same logic of if you have ridden that. If you've ridden a bicycle, you can't really forget it. To some degree, that's kind of true. It depends on how often you happens, but like if you signed your name every single day, that will be so ingrained in your brain that even if you have amnesia, of course it depends on the type of amnesia, but there are so many stories of people who have gotten amnesia and they don't know who they are or anything like that, and basically give them a pencil and paper and say sign their name, and they'll be able to do it even if they don't recognize the very name they signed. There was this one crazy story about a murder. And this guy, what happened was, it was to essentially get like inheritance money. This guy killed his parents, or attempted to. It was really weird. Like the mom ended up forgiving him. But the story about the dad and what happened to the dad, who actually did end up dying tragically, but it's really fascinating because the dad was hit in the head when he was like laying in bed, struck in the head, and he ended up waking up not dying instantly and went through his morning routine. Like he uh grabbed a cup out of the sink, he rinsed out his coffee cup, he made himself his coffee, he took a sip of it, he went towards the door, and then he dropped down dead at the front door after going through his morning routine, as essentially he was dying because his brain was just like on autopilot basically, and this is what he's been doing for like 30 years. So for zombies, or a situation where like people were having their brains screwed up, hypothetically, depending on the parts of your brains that were influenced and affected by whatever virus or thing is going on, some zombies would be able to possibly drive. Not anywhere or just everywhere, but more of, depending on the types of like parts of your brain that were screwed up with this, your body might be moving on the same loop and through the same habits you were like displaying and following every day of your life. So if you took your car and drove to work, it would follow your same route depending on exactly what types of, essentially what parts of your brain were still active. So in an apocalypse, if the right things affected the brain, you could have a bunch of zombies that were driving, or if they were even somewhat there, they would still possibly know how to drive as they were going after people. Yeah. What's okay?
In cases and two
Nice.
things.
Good, good. Do I like sour? Yeah. Oh, the mushroom, you can't have that. No. Anyway, that's just my weird zombie rant and my weird zombie theory, because in an apocalypse setting, let's say it takes like a lot of sicknesses, even like the flu, take about a week or at least a few days before you display symptoms, because it takes a few days for your immune system to get to the point where it is showing physical symptoms. So as you're affected and slowly coming to whatever effects this twisted, insidious infection has, you would theoretically be going through the same loop you normally would. Maybe go to the doctor when you start feeling sick. But if this, whatever it is, depending on the type of zombie, let's say it's a parasite in your brain, if it eats the specific things, if it eats specific parts of your brain, you would still be able to drive even as you're turning into a zombie, or possibly even after you're a zombie. If there's enough of that part of your brain, the zombie version of you would be able to drive or ride a bike. And I think that would be a fascinating zombie apocalypse. Not necessarily that they're going anywhere specific, but that it's just so in their brain that they go to do it and then just like crash into a wall. Because maybe it might be, hey, issues with steering or something like that, or something is in the way. And because of your habit, you're not going to calculate, oh, hey, this is in the way, so I have to change my route slightly. If you're to the point where you're just going on a loop.
You want sunflower seeds? Pumpkin seeds?
I got sunflower seeds. I'm happy. But anyway, it comes down to I'm just freaking weird. But it's fascinating. It's a weird idea. And it's not necessarily tied to intelligence. A zombie that could drive a car wouldn't necessarily be an intelligent zombie. It would just be from the brain of someone who had that in their head, and that part of their brain still remained. So even if they were just like half competent or just stuck in that loop of the right things in their brain, like just go in a circle, go in a circle, go in a circle. Then, of course, if a situation arose where that was interrupted, they would just crash because they're just going in a loop and a loop and a loop. Anyway, that's my weird zombies would be interesting because they could potentially drive rant. Thank you for joining me. Hope you have a lovely day, and farewell.